Happy Friday. I'm here to show you how to cut bamboo up for making coffee stirrers. So the first step is take a piece of plastic or a piece of paper and set it on the ground, like so. You put it underneath the thin end of your bamboo piece. Now you're going to need a knife, and make sure you have permission to use it. If it's mom and dad's, they might not want you to use it for this because you're going to be putting a hammer to this edge here. So this is something to do with an old rusty knife, not a good cutting knife from the kitchen. All right? Then you take a hammer, the knife goes on top like so. Make sure you have eye protection. I've got my glasses. Keep your fingers out of the way and carefully, not too hard, tap the knife into the bamboo. Now it's very bouncy. If you take a look down there, it's bouncing a little bit, just a little. So don't hit hard, it's very soft and light. And when you get that far, stop and wiggle the knife back out. Move the bamboo by turning it, set the knife on top again, and tap it in again. Now I usually use, for this size, 2 cuts. So there's one here, and then each of these pieces is split in half. And now I'm holding the knife by the end and tapping more out here. And I'm pushing the knife through the bamboo. When it gets to the joint, it's going to be harder to tap. So I'm going to hold it a little closer and tap a little harder. Bang through that. Oops, slipping. But there it goes. It will go through. Trust it. And I'm keeping my fingers away from the bamboo because bamboo is very sharp, especially when it's just been cut. Now after I've done 1 or 2 of the joints, I can go a little faster. The next step, take the knife carefully out. It's helpful if you're new to crafting with bamboo to have gloves on. I'm going to do it without gloves just so I can show you. There's the inside view. So you can see little chambers. And I'm pulling on it, and you see it's breaking. Different kinds of bamboos have different strengths. The other tool to use is trimming shears for hedges. You unclip the safety latch and cut like so. It's a fairly neat edge, and you want to trim the other edge like so. Oops. The better shears have a curved blade here. They're called ergonomic. I've got the old-fashioned kind here. They're not giving me as much strength. But now that I have this small piece, I can do everything I was doing in miniature. Putting the knife on top very carefully, keeping my fingers away from the cutting area, and very lightly tapping on the knife, cut all the way down to the bottom. There's one, and before I was going with the thick end at the top, now I'm going with the thick end at the bottom. A little bit easier for that. A little bit easier. too hard, just lightly. Hammer a little bit harder to get through the joint. Now my pieces here are going all different sizes. We're just practicing how to cut the bamboo. It's okay. And really, since what I'm making is bamboo coffee stirrers, if it's very thin like this, that's not going to hurt anything. So I want one end with a joint and one end with no joint. So I want to use this piece here. And there it is, a blank for a coffee stirrer with a little bit of the joint, so it's nice to hold on. I can have my coffee and stir it. And this is the preliminary craft to being able to make other things with bamboo. So I'm sure you could get a whole bunch of coffee stirrers made by a factory very cheap, but this way you did it yourself, you used something that was freely available, and you learned a little bit more about how to craft with bamboo. Now I'll show you other things to make with bamboo, but this is a really good one for starters. See you next time.